What's up? It's T Walk the Hawk. I'm here with the first episode to the series. Hopefully y'all watch the intro, y'all know what's going on. If not, go back and watch that so you can see what this video is even about. And what these next few are going to be about. This is a series on finances. I'll have a playlist created. I'm going to call it like beginner finance advice or something like that. So it'll probably pop up here somewhere on the screen. That way y'all can watch the whole playlist. It's going to be about a 5-part series. This is the first episode. Today's video, we're going to talk about credit, building credit, how to go about keeping good credit, and what credit you need to like get a home and everything like that. So to start off plain and simple, how I went about building my credit. Like I said, I got my first home when I was 23 because I built my credit. Didn't really know what I was doing, but apparently what I was doing, it was kind of the right path. So something simple you can do if you're new, if you're young, you're fresh out of high school, out of college, you're trying to figure out a way to get some credit. All you gotta do is get online, Google credit card with terrible credit score, all right? Something's gonna pop up, you apply, it should tell you your chances of getting approved. You apply, maybe your total credit limit's only $200. So what, you're not gonna start off with a credit card with a limit of $2,000, $3,000, anything like that. As you pay on it, your max credit line will increase, which that'll help your credit also. But yeah, so what you need to do is say you get a card, max is $200. So just like I said in the intro, maybe you spend 20 on, I don't know, go to Burger King, spend 20 bucks, right? Get you a meal, I don't know, something like that, put 20 in the gas tank, something like that, bang. Pay off that 20, say within the next month, say you don't use that card for nothing else. So in the next month, so your total was 20, you owe 20. Maybe in 2 weeks pay 10, in 2 weeks pay 10. That way it shows you're paying on it more frequently. Instead of paying just that 20 at the end of the month, make 2 payments, because that's 2 transactions. So that shows you're making more transactions, which is gonna help bump up your credit score. And you're not really spending a bunch of money. Don't use that whole $200, max it out by a $180 pair of Jordans that just dropped or nothing like that. Just spend 20, pay it off. Maybe spend 50, pay off 20, pay off 20, pay off the last 10, just like that. That's an easy way to get your credit score to bump up. Next thing I want to talk about as far as credit is your overall utilization. So this is something I learned also. You don't want to use more than 30% of your total credit, because then it looks like you're putting too much stuff on credit. That's going to lower your credit score, all right? So let's say, for instance, you got one credit card, your total limit is $1,000. You don't want to keep spending and clicking stuff on Amazon and everything like that, spending a bunch of money, getting it all the way up to, let's say, $800, because now you're using 80% of your total credit line, period. So now that's overutilization. It's like you're just putting anything you can on credit. The credit company is kind of, I don't know what they're doing. They probably ain't gonna pay all that off, using almost all their credit. That's gonna bump your credit score down. There's multiple credit scores also, maybe I'll get into that in a future video. But overall, these are the basic things you wanna focus on, keep it about 30%. So if your max is 1,000, only spend 300 on that credit card. And this is just saying you have one credit card. Max 1,000, only spend 300. With that 300, again, maybe say you spend 100, bang. Pay back 50, that's 2 transactions. Don't just keep balling out. Take it to 300 maybe, but no more than 300, because that's over 30%, that makes you look bad. So that's something else to think about with your credit. As far as getting a home, I'm not sure, that's what I'm saying, I'm not a specialist on this. I've been doing a lot of research and reading books. Read like probably over 10 books in the past month and a half, and I haven't read a book since high school when I dropped out, so I've been learning a lot. Again, talking with a lot of people, networking, meeting people that know what they're doing, and I'm learning a lot, making a lot of new friends along the way. So yeah, back on track. So I know with me, when I got at home, I'm pretty sure like your credit score has to be at least 620. So if your credit score is 620 or above, or even around that, you could probably work with the people a little bit. That's all you need to get a home. That's not that high. All right, 620 is a really low credit score. You get it up to the 700s, 750s, you're looking good, that's pretty solid. And if you get it up above that, that's when you got that excellent credit. You can get better credit cards, you have a higher credit limit, you'll be able to get business loans, stuff like that. Of course, you can still get business loans with bad credit, but then your APR is going to be a lot higher, which means when you, so to get an APR a little bit, that means when you pay it back, let's say you put 20 on it, a month later you go to pay it back. This is hypothetical, this isn't exact numbers or anything like that. When you go to pay back that 20, you're gonna actually have to pay back, let's say, end up paying $30 over time, because the longer you take, the more it's going to build up, if that makes sense. So if you put 20 on your card, you go 3 months, you never pay it off. When you finally go, let's say you put 5 on it, put 5 on it the next week, put 5 the next month because you ain't got that much income, maybe you're new, fresh out of college, ain't really got a solid job, part-time, something like that, so you're taking longer to pay it off. The longer you take to pay it off, the more you're actually paying. So if you pay that lump sum off, bang, that'll knock it out. You don't have to worry about the APR and spending 30 to pay it off when it was only actually 20 on the card, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sure I'm touching every topic. Last thing, that's the one thing I missed. I knew it was something. Paying off your credit cards or just paying off your debt, period. So something I learned from a lot of people I talk to and reading, when you're paying off, let's say you have 3 cards, right? Let's think of some numbers. Let's say you got 1,000 on one, you got 800 on one, and you got 500 on one, all right? Start with that small credit card, so the smallest amount, 500, bang. Let's say your minimum payment's 50 bucks. So start, pay that 50, if anything you have, any extra money, don't spend it on dumb stuff. Think about how much you're spending on fast food, going to Chipotle, Burger King throughout the week, stuff like that. That's probably $20, $50, $100 you're wasting every 2 weeks on stuff when you could be knocking out this credit because you say you want credit, but you're not really willing to take the steps and sacrifice the little dumb stuff you're spending, the little candy when you go get gas, stuff like that adds up. So let me get back to what I'm saying. So you pay the minimum 50, let's say you pay a little bit more, 100 on the 500, that's the smallest credit card. Bang, you knock that out. So you was normally putting 100 on that. Let's say you would normally pay a lot, you would try to break it up on all 3 cards. Focus on one at a time. So knock that first one out, then bang, you can put double the amount on the second card because you already paid off that first card. So everything you were putting on that, now you can move over to the second card. Now you can pay double the payment. So now you can put 200 at a time on this card, if that makes sense. Now you knock that out, now you're to the third card. Now you can put triple the amount. You can put 300, 500 on this last card, knock it out really quick instead of trying to put, all right, I'm gonna put 20 on this card this month, 20 on this one, 20 on this one. So you only paid off $20 on a credit limit that's 1,000, 800, and 500. That's nothing. Put a larger lump sum on one, knock it out, and you can double up on the next one, triple up on the next one, knock it out. So yeah, that covers everything I wanted to talk about for this first episode. Again, this is all about credit. Next episode, we're gonna get more into another topic, and I got some notes of what I'm gonna talk about next. Let me make sure. Bang, covered all that. Yep. Next, we're gonna talk about, some other things as far as debt, how to pay it off, some new things I learned. So like I said, it's like a 5-part series. I did the intro, this is episode 1, so stay tuned for episode 2. Hopefully this video helped you out. Again, I'm learning. I don't know everything, but I'm giving y'all the basics, because if you grow up with family that's not rich, that doesn't have money, that doesn't know anything about savings and finances, everything you know about money you learn from people who aren't millionaires. So how do you ever expect to be a millionaire, if that makes sense? You gotta learn from people with money, from people with good credit, read books from people who have successful businesses, companies, things like that. Otherwise, you're always gonna be lost and freestyling and wondering why you can't get your credit how you need it, wondering why you can't get where you want to go in life and you never have money in your savings and everything like that. So we're gonna get more into detail. Please give us a thumbs up if you like it. Drop comments, that way I know if this series is even worthwhile. Share this if it helped. Again, I feel like this is good beginner advice that I wish I knew back when I was 16, 17, 18. This, just what I told you right now, why is this not taught in high school? Like I said, I dropped out right after my senior year after I won state championship in basketball. I was never into school. I feel like the stuff they was teaching us about all these old Europeans that they tell us about, the math and this and that and all this dumb stuff that nobody really uses, all this crazy math. Of course you need the basic math, stuff like that, but why was we not taught this? But I ain't gonna ramble on and go on a rant. As always, do what you gotta do what you gotta do, because it's that simple. T-Walk the Hawk.
T-Walk, hit the battlefield and go berserk. 20-inch arms, pumping iron till you know it hurt. He looking like he probably fresh out the pen, but nah, he just consistent, young and fresh out the gym.